Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DRL ACC. It's a pleasure having you with us here at Monza tonight. I'm your host, Tyler Morgan, as always, and we will have a special guest. We'll get to him in a moment. If anyone has a prediction now, let me know in the chat. So far, it is a very interesting. The top three only separated by less than a tenth, but this is practice, so practice almost means nothing. Just a chance for the drivers to get some track acclimation and get to know the circuit. My special guest is Team on the Rush number 666, Braden Breeze. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing well. Had some mechanical failures early on in the day, so unfortunately I won't be able to join the race, but I'm excited to be here with you.
So you were able to practice a little bit at Monza. What can the drivers expect here? I mean, we've been watching free practice for about 57 minutes now, and there's been almost a lot of mistakes, a lot of bumps, and a lot of spins. Do you think the drivers can expect that throughout the entirety of this race?
I do. I think that there's definitely going to be a lot of bumps and spins as this is a very difficult track to go fast. Everything comes at you very quickly, and if you're off by a few millimeters, you could end up a few feet in the air.
Yeah, we've seen a few drivers catch some air. Tony Hawk would probably be jealous of that fact. As Calvin goes P1 with a 147.9. We've dipped into the 147s now. So
Wow.
Your teammate, who is in fact driving, thankfully it was only an issue with your car, it wasn't an issue with Team on the Rush itself, has even stated that he doesn't feel very good at this track. Do you understand why he might not feel that way?
As I said, like it looks like a very simple track having only 11 corners, but this is a very, very difficult track. It's not difficult to get around the track, but it is very difficult to get around the track quickly and consistently. And I think consistency is going to be the key here tonight.
So what you're thinking is that it's going to be one of these races. As long as you drive clean and you don't have a spin, you should be okay. But you're saying it could be anybody's race. That the qualifying times, even if they're in the 147s, 146s, it might not mean much.
Anything's possible. I mean, one mistake on track could lose you a lot more time than you think, because it's not just the spin. Your tires are overheated after, there's the potential for body damage, so you may not be faster after that spin than you were before, ever.
Well, we do have 18 drivers. Number 16 has, he's just pulled off to the side. We do have 18 drivers here with us this evening for this Monza race. It will be, I think, 18 minutes of qualifying. I'm sorry, it's 16. It's 16 or 15. It's somewhere in that range.
15, I believe.
15 minutes of qualifying, and then it will be a 45-minute race. I will say, as your commentator, it's been very interesting to see how because with only 15 minutes of qualifying, you're going out and there's not really a time for a banker lap like there is in Formula One. You don't have time to get just one banker lap in and then go back in. Like, you have to make your laps count.
Yep. What I find is I usually put enough fuel to go out for 5 laps, maybe, if I'm lucky. And, well, if I'm lucky, I might be able to come back to the pits and get one more.
All right, well.
But that's top end, and of those 5 laps, 2 of them might be my actual fast lap attempts after getting the car up to proper temperature.
Well, with that being said, the free practice is over, but there are still 2 drivers on the track. Stavko and Zahara, they are just getting ready. They're just doing their final preparations for their laps as they are heading now to Lesmo 1 and 2. Lesmo 2 has caught out numerous drivers during this free practice session, so I can only imagine how qualifying in the race is going to go when everyone's compactly very tight
Yeah.
Oh, Lesmo
Oh,
2 almost claiming another victim, as we just said. So it'll be very interesting to see how the drivers handle that adversity.
yeah. It's a very fast corner. It's very easy to want to be on throttle a little soon to gain that extra speed, but doesn't always end well.
And then the Ascari chicane is, we've also seen take out numerous drivers. We've seen some Ferraris go flying through the Ascari chicane, and it's just because, again, you're just so, you want to be on throttle quick. You have to be as close to the curbs as you can, and you hit a curb, you unsettle the car, and then that's it. It's over from that point. So, and then this should be the end of free practice. Yep. And
Grant up
qualifying,
to P3 at the end of practice there.
I think
I
that might
believe
have,
that
nope.
was.
I just
What?
reset the order because Calvin,
Oh.
who was the fastest. Oh, that is an unsafe release there on screen. So we will go to the helicopter cam, getting ready. As you will see, all the drivers come out now. Kelvin will lead. Sorry, not Calvin. Kevin will lead the group. Number 11. He will lead out the group. Next will be Burt Macklin, Calvin, Castle. All the drivers are going to come out, and they're going to come out very, very fast. As I said, there's only 15 minutes in the qualifying session, so you got to get on and get in quick. Calvin is right back into the pits. I guess he did not like his setup, or something was wrong with it. So, number 19. So who do you think will be the favorite in... we'll start with qualifying. Who do you think will be the favorite here?
Well, there's been the Jacob has been a pretty safe bet. He's very, very fast. There's a few others drivers who have been quite fast. The triple eights in the Honda. He's really fast as well.
It was quite, sorry to cut you off. It was quite interesting because, like, he started at the back in Indianapolis and worked his way forward. So I can only imagine, like, how Indy would have been if he was in the top 10 even.
Oh yeah, he came up past me on that race, and he has some really, really good racecraft. He knows what he's doing. The number 95 in the Ferrari, he's also quite quick. So there's potential for quite a few of the drivers on this grid here to potentially be in that upper echelon.
So obviously you're on the rush team, mate. Driving without you. How do you think he'll fare?
I think he'll fare quite well as long as he keeps breathing and keeps his head down throughout the race.
Oh, Hayes in the gravel. Right.
He's always got potential.
All right. Well, let's ride on board with your teammate. Take us through a lap with your teammate.
Well, first, this is a long straight coming up to the infamous Monza turn 1. I find you got to brake around the 150, brake hard, trail brake into turn 1 around first gear, then quickly turn left into turn 2 and go down. Now, you want to stay as inside as you can here to make this corner as short as possible. Coming down to the next chicane, which is quite difficult. You want to slow it right down, get in close. You need to avoid these sausage curbs. These sausage curbs on the inside here will kill you.
And then off to Lesmo's 1 and 2.
Lesmo's 1 is one of the hardest corners on the track because it is so fast. It's so easy to go wide. And coming into Lesmo 2, you got to be really careful with that line coming on the inside because you want to cut over that curb. Coming down to my favorite part of the track here,
The Ascari chicane.
the Ascari chicane, the hardest corners. You need to be over the curbs, but you need to be pointed in a straight line, otherwise it'll bump you up in the air, and it's very easy to go wide exiting the Ascari chicane as well. Coming down this back straight, you want to brake at about the 100-meter board around the parabolica, and you want to stay inside, throttle on, work your way out, and just ride the white line here coming into the finish line to end a lap at Monza.
And that is provisional pole for your teammate with a 1:48.9. Grant Zahara with a 1:49.5, a 1:49.6, 1:49.6, and a 1:49.6. Wow. Macklin, Palnick, and Cooper all within a tenth of each other. 16:10, or 6:10, 6:45, and 6:55. And Stofko immediately ruins your teammates' hopes and dreams with a 1:48 flat.
I will say, 1:48.9 that Mitch did is faster than he went in practice.
Yeah, that's actually.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that might be close to his personal best as well.
I would happily agree with you there, Shooter McGavin. He's almost got a full second of improvement on his delta, but he does have Don Fossman ahead of him, who is on a flying lap, so he will have to do his best to clear him without compromising either of their races, but that's difficult to do, especially in the tight confines of qualifying. He is bumper to bumper. Ooh, is he going to try and make the overtake here?
I think he is.
Overtaking qualifying, it can be dangerous.
Incredibly difficult maneuver.
But
he does it cleanly.
He does it cleanly, and it doesn't look like that affected either driver all that much. And
ooh, very close to track limits for Shooter there.
Number 39, what happened to him? There was yellow flags. Lesmo 1. Oh, yep. Oh, that is a very tough collision.
That's a big hit.
But as you said,
we were talking earlier, Lesmo 1, one of the hardest corners on the grid. It's so easy to go wide there. Once you go wide, there's no traction.
All right, Blendon looking for a little bit of improvement. Number 91, actually, Bradley Cooper, he's not going to show any sign of improvement, but Blendon, the first of three drivers that are most likely about to cross the line here. Blendon with 0.5 of improvement. That will put him up into P8. I do believe that was Swanson that crossed the line. He's now into P10. A lot of the drivers just crossed the line here, so with 18 drivers in as short of a track as this track,
Monza.
Monza, we'll do our best to keep up with him, but it's gonna get so difficult. So here comes Calvin. He just smacks it right on provisional pole, beating Stofko by a tenth.
Amazing lap by Kevin.
Absolutely amazing. Who else is showing improvement right now and is close to the line? 90, but Duke Silver, we know him as 90, improves to 10th after dropping a 1:51. Anyone else close to the line? It would actually be, I would honestly say, probably your rivals out of the best looking car, Team Solo Q. Grant's not improving by all that much. He's actually not improving now at all, but we'll still keep an eye on him. He's hovering around that line of improvement and not improvement. Anyone else close to the line? Yes, Don Fossman of the Party Pickles is almost improved by 2 seconds. If he can do that, he will put himself probably 11th or 12th.
Some of the drivers are starting to go in for pits to get fuel because you don't bring a lot to qualifying.
And that would be P10 for Don Fossman. Here comes Gareth Blendon. He's getting ready to come around. What happened to Grant Zahara there? He went into the pits. He must have had a inshaded P10 for him. We'll quickly look to see if we can capture the aftermath. Nope, he just decided he didn't want to deal with it. He just decided he wanted to pit for some fresh rubber. So
6 minutes remaining.
So Frank Castle is up next so far, it looks like, with the most improved time. He's only up. Perfect camera angle there of those curbs. You really want to be careful you don't high center yourself off those curbs, because then you will go flying. Burt Macklin is actually showing very good improvement right now for the Swine Flu Syndicate. He's up nearly 6/10 on his delta. That would put him ahead of Nairad's. But let's see if he can hold that through the infamous Parabolica. This has caught out a few drivers. Charles Leclerc being the infamous one in Formula One. But so far he looks to be taking it just fine. Still up about 6/10. Will that put him ahead of your on the rush teammate? Yes, it will. By 0.003 of a second.
0.003 of a second.
That is some tight margins. Shooter McGavin actually is up 0.5. So this could actually, there's about to be another driver in the fold here. Who's going to be up 0.6? Can he actually might go ahead of Macklin here? Yes, he will. Shooter McGavin for Shake and Bake, who's looked incredible through free practice, continues his incredible run into qualifying, going P3 for the Shake and Bake squad. Anyone else getting ready to cross the line? Gareth Blendon again stays P10. Not much improvement from him. Robert Lawrence is going to be next across the line. Will there be improvement from him? Yes, there is. He will move up to 13th. Sean Ches with a second faster delta right now. That'll put him in a nice, interesting position. Oh, well, sadly didn't get to move up into a position. 90 just pulling over to the side, waiting for the drivers. Frank Castle so far, I do believe, next to cross the line. And here come all the drivers out of the pits getting ready for their... Actually, no, those are all drivers on fastest lap. So this is going to be crazy. I genuinely feel like it'll probably be last across the line will improve the most. Frank Castle,
I think
P6.
you're right.
Any drivers close to the line with improvement? It does not look so. What's actually going on with Fast Sam here? He's one of the faster drivers here, and he's struggling to even get a comparable time on the board right now. I think it might just be the traffic, because he is right in the middle of all those drivers.
On a short track like this with this many drivers, traffic in this short amount of time is inevitable, unfortunately. Sometimes you're just not going to be able to put that lap in.
Well, he is 7 seconds up on his time right now, but that sadly will not be good enough because the gap to the leader is 7.8 from where he is. Actually, hold on, it's now 8 seconds, but he is gaining a lot of time. He's up to 7.5. Oh, he goes. Oh no!
I think he
That's
went wide.
Yep, he invalidated his lap. He went way too wide there, and a chance for him to get up into P2, even P3, squandered because he's gone wide. He has 2 opportunities, but realistically, he only has 1 left. As here come all the drivers. It's going to be absolute chaos across this line, and we will do our best to stay with the action as it goes. Do you believe that is your on the rush teammate behind? Yes, it is. Jacob Stofko, Kevin Lau, everyone is biting for that time, for that information. Frank Castle across the line, P6. Here come the drivers. It is going to be all about time here.
Bert Macklin improving out of turn 2.
I'm interested in Fast Sam because he is coming up on this traffic, and he has Swanson. Swanson pulls off to the side, thankfully allowing Fast Sam to get free. Oh, but he cuts the corner. Oh no, he's invalidated again. He's running out of time. He's running out of chances to improve. There are so many drivers about to cross the line. Fast Sam, one of the possible favorites for pole position, is going to be at this moment dead last. This is his last. Oh, and he's gonna box. Fast Sam Again, one of the favorites for pole position just can't get that lap going. Robert Lawrence across the line. He moves up into 10th place. Who will be next across the line? That will be Alan Leung. He will stay 17th. Who's going to be next across the line with some improvement? That would be number 51. 90.
Crossing the line,
He will go
7/10
12th.
up.
Burt Macklin, he will be next across the line. Improves by a 10th, but does not improve position. Number 5, Frank Castle. He is up 5/10 right now. Where can he put himself? He will put himself P3 on the second row. Who is going to be all these drivers across the line? There's your on the rush teammate just making the line in time. Number 69, Shooter McGavin will be the last driver to cross the line. That will be it for him. He is going to go away into the box, getting ready for the race. Gareth Blunden of the Scuderia Basacallo getting through the Ascari chicane relatively unscathed. Lost a lot of time though. He was up 7/10 going into the Ascari chicane, and now he's just losing time on his delta really, really quick. The infamous Parabolica. Swanson behind him, then Bradley Cooper, then Lee Ung is behind him, and all those drivers. All right, Blunden improves to 10th. Number 37 is next. Ryan Swanson does not improve. Next is number 91, Bradley Cooper. He is up 5/10. Where can he put himself? He only can put himself 7th. Number 668, Alan Leung, will be next across the line. He goes 13th. Next will be across the line, Grant Zahara. No improvement from him. Number 51, 90, very minimal improvement. Number 4, Burt Macklin, invalidated with no improvement. Your teammate sadly invalidates and cannot improve, and the person behind him sadly cannot improve either.
That was a very good qualifying session.
That was interesting, considering I'm very surprised at, especially again, Fast Sam sitting in the back right now. This is again the best camera we have. So we will show the drivers one by one. I'm trying to find the best way to show their cars individually. TV1 definitely doesn't work. Guess the Helicam will have to do. Jacob Stofko, congratulations to him. A very, very good lap.
Very good lap.
Shake and bake, baby. Dog, thanks for coming into the chat. Nice to see all of you in the chat. Sorry about that. Qualifying was hectic. If you want to say something to me or Rocker, have any questions, let us know in the chat. We'll answer some of your questions. Who do you think will win this race as we go through each driver individually? As I just move that over to the side. There. All right, we'll go through each driver individually. Jacob Stofko of the MA70 Esports team is on pole position after a very nice qualifying lap that was not been able to be beat. Kevin Lau, 888 in the Honda of Arrows Racing, is in P2. P3, Frank Castle from the Swine Flu Syndicate, having a very, very good qualifying, able to stick at P3 in the final moments. P4, Shooter McGavin of the Shake and Bake, again having a very, very good free practice and a good qualifying. Hopefully that translates into good points for them. It'll be very interesting to see how they react being this far ahead of the grid. P5, Burt Macklin. That rounds out the Swine Flu Syndicate team. Your team on the rush teammate, Mitch Nairati, up into P6. Do you think that's a pretty good qualifying spot for him? You think that's where you thought he was probably going to be?
I think that's where he thought he might be, but realistically, I know him. He was hoping to probably be P4 here. Maybe even P3. With some of the drivers we have here that are just so fast. Sometimes P1 and 2 is a little out of reach.
Oh, he's in P6, so he has.
But P6 is still a good position.
Well, it's right in the middle of the pack of what is going to probably be a very hectic turn one. Bradley Cooper of Team Solo Q, P7, actually outqualifies his teammate Grant Zahara in P8. 7-8 for Team Solo Q. Very good showing, right? Very good showing. Kevin Polnick of Fun Racing with the emojis, P9. Gareth Blunden rounds out the top 10 for the Scuderia Balacalo. He is in P10. Robert Lawrence of Inbank Motorsports, P11, number 39. Duke Silver of Optimum Motorsport, very optimistic thinking, in P12, number 51. Alan Lee Ung in the other M870 Esports, his teammate P1, he is 13th with the double six with an 8 at the end of it. Ronald Swanson, sorry. P14 in the other Scuderia, number 37, hoping for a interesting part to the race. 30 seconds, we got to fly through here. Don Fossman of the Party Pickles, number 11 in 15th. Jason Hayes of the Port Gang, number 21 in 16th. Sean Ches of the Party Pickles, number 16 in 17th. Luka Modric in the Scuderia Ferrari is number 95 in P18. And sadly, Fast Sam in last place, 19th, after not being able to set a very good lap time. He will start from the back of the grid. TV2 cam showing all of the vehicles lined up, and it will now be time to get these cars moving. Are we gonna move it all? There we go. So we will go to the, figure out where my mouse went. Probably it's gonna be best for the helicam shot, at least for the start. We will go blank here. Oh, that is what is happening there? That is Calvin pulling off to the side. I don't know what's happening there, but free positions, I guess, for everyone else that seems to be behind. Oh, okay. That seemed not legit at all, but okay, it's happening again, but waiting for the green. All right, it's green flag racing here at DRL ACC Division as all the drivers get ready to go into turn one. So far, Jacob Sofko has no resistance. Frank Castle and his teammate are getting ready, and here comes into turn one chaos. Everyone seems to be okay. No one's running into the back of anybody yet.
Oh no.
Oh no, that is sadly Shooter McGavin getting oh my goodness, it's absolute chaos, as I'm pretty sure Team Solo Q got caught up in that mess. Oh no, it was your teammate actually. Oh, that's gonna be incredibly unfortunate. So far, leading the race after turn one madness, Jacob Stofka, Frank Castle, Macklin, Grant Zahara now into P4, Blunden P5, as we're gonna have wheel-to-wheel racing with Hayes and Polnick there. Duke Silver, Sean Ches going wide up to Shooter McGowan. He's gonna come back on the track and be fine. Sims, and then here comes your teammate from On the Rush and now last place, going to have to do some work as, even Calvin got caught up in that mess. He has had issues, so he had to start from the back. Fast Sam getting some places now, so he's slowly climbing up the grid as the orders are drastically changing right about now. It is absolute chaos as Bradley Cooper is going to go around the outside of Gareth Blunden. There's a driver that goes off into the gravel. But so far, Blendon manages to stay ahead of Bradley Cooper as all the drivers back here. There's just absolute chaos going on in the backfield right now. And I do believe that Sean Ches, your teammate, going to be looking for an overtake here. Eventually, Burt Macklin staying with his teammate right now as we hold on to Kevin Polnick and Hayes. They're the closest battle right now as, oh, Fossman goes wide.
Kevin making an amazing move in the Parabolica.
Shooter McGavin having another problem. Man, that P4 finish looking like almost a faded memory by now. As Swanson and Leung are going to fight. Oh my goodness, there's action everywhere, folks. It's almost hard to keep up. Your teammate has moved into 19th.
He's fighting for P17 here.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, the not breaking of. I think that was Duke Silver. Just absolutely missed his braking zone and just sadly couldn't brake in time as he collected. I believe that was Swanson. Your teammate now up into 17th. There's just absolute chaos everywhere. At turn 1, we knew it was going to be crazy, especially early, but I didn't think it was going to be this crazy as Calvin gets a much better line out of that first chicane and just makes it almost clinical, but he does have Fast Sam right on his rear. Fast Sam going to be looking going up the inside of Lesmo too. And he honestly makes it look it so easy as Polnick and Hayes are fighting it out for P8 right now. Polnick looking like he's going to make it work. Hayes is going to try and get in that bump draft. Is he going to try and make it? It's a little bit optimistic, and yep, that was, as he's going to have to go into the gravel. Make sure, yep, he's going to lose some positions. Oh, he's losing control of the car, but manages to save it. A little bit optimistic thinking from Hayes there, I feel like, and it cost him very much so in that moment. Polnick now looking for Lawrence next. Calvin and Samuel getting ready. They are bumper to bumper. Or as we now will go to the broadcast, it's time, and as we're getting rid of the blank now. Calvin and Kevin getting ready. As wherever Calvin goes, Samuel goes. What happened there?
Mitch has spun.
Oh no, what had happened? What had happened there?
I'm not sure.
We'll do a quick. Oh, he actually got hit from behind, I think, by Hayes there.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate for him, and it collected Shooter McGavin in the process. He had to make sure he didn't get in the way of any other driver. As Bradley Cooper has, Bradley Cooper went over the rumble strips, missed his braking zone. He'll fall now into 6th. Grant Sahara and Blendon are now fighting it up for 5. Oh, this is going to be absolute chaos here in this turn. Who's going to be able to brake last? Who's going to make? All right. Fast Sam, getting a much better line out of that. Oh, Polnick onto the gravel. This will allow Leung and Sangia to fight it out. Sangia actually makes it past Leung there. Almost having to mix up. Lawrence giving way to Calvin there. Realizing it's not his fight and moves on. Jacob Stofko, again, running away with a race, as he usually does. Max Verstappen like. Burt Macklin and Frank Castle running side by side. Grant Sahara hits the curb and spins. He's going to lose some positions to at least his teammate right now. What is going to happen? That's a long line of cars. He has to make sure he stays out of the way of. Oh my goodness, he is in a very compromising position as he drops all the way down into 16th. One spin proving all but fatal as Kevin's gonna go up the inside. Oh, Jesus, that was very ambitious by him. I don't know if Leung gave him space. I don't know if he was entitled to, but that was a very, very tough collision as Sean Ches and Duke Silver are gonna be battling it out. Oh, Burt Macklin's actually gonna go. Is he gonna try and make an overtake on his teammate Duke Silver? Getting ready to catch Kevin Polnick. We'll go back to Burt Macklin and Frank Castle because it is a top 3 fight right now. Are we gonna see a move here by Burt? It does not look like it. Oh, there's a barrier in the middle of the track right now as Robert Lawrence has gone into the box to pit. So far, it is just absolute chaos so far, and we're not even 10 minutes into the race. Morgan, got any personal opinions about clipping the back of a car on a high-speed turn? I'll leave that to the driver. I'll leave that for my broadcast partner to decide on that one, on his opinion on that.
You mean when you rear-end a driver?
I mean,
going in?
He just says opinions about clipping the back of a car on a high-speed turn. Like, define clipping, honestly. That's what I'm going to need to know, is like define clipping there.
Well, usually if you're going into a turn and you're hitting the rear of a vehicle, generally it's on you. There are situations where that will change, but it's on the overtaking driver to make sure that they overtake safely.
Bradley, sorry to cut you off. Bradley Cooper absolutely gained air off of the Ascari chicane, and I'm pretty sure Kevin just did the same thing. Oh no, he had to take avoiding action and nearly, oh my goodness, he only almost took out every car on track. The Ascari chicane taking names and numbers and does not care about your opinion. Absolute chaos. As you said, and as other drivers pointed out to me, it is just all about survival at this point. If you can survive, you will be in a good position. All the drivers are starting to kind of get away from one another. There's not as many close battles right now on my timing sheets. Right now, the closest battle is Sean Ches and Duke Silver for 10th. Or actually 9th in that instance. Ooh. Calvin getting ready for Blunden. Robert Lawrence has a drive-through penalty.
What happened there?
I do not know. We'll find out, I guess. Probably an improper pit stop or something, or speeding in the pit lane if I had to take a guess. Because he's green, so he's done his pit stop.
He's made his pit stop.
Oh,
so, yeah.
A little bit of squirreliness from the Arrows Racing Honda. Now, I'd like to point out, Fast Sam was at the back, and he is now P6.
He is having an amazing race.
As Calvin makes the overtake, stick. Blunden will be a victim again of Samuel in about 2 seconds here, I feel like. So far, this is the closest battle right now. Blunden actually might make a move here. Ooh, are we about to see 3 wide into turn 1 here? Well, Fast Sam realizing that an overtaking opportunity would not have worked out well for any driver there, and backs out. All right, Duke Silver getting ready to try and catch Don Fossman here. Is he going to late break? Oh, he's got to be really careful here, and everyone manages to get through safely. That is what we want to see there. Now in Formula 1 cars, because I don't have as much GT experience, in Formula 1 cars you can late brake. Is it harder to do in these cars, Braden?
Well, you're not talking to the right person, because I didn't have a good experience in Formula 1 cars.
Ooh,
that was close for Sam there.
That was a catch and a half. What happened to Sean Ches? He's facing not the right way. I'm guessing he got collected in a little bit of some. Oh, yep, he just got tapped in the back. Don Fossman actually is tumbling down the order now.
Trying to avoid the car in front. He got hit by the car behind.
Oh, look at that. Look at all the drivers behind him. It's going to be absolute chaos in this Ascari chicane. You have Cooper and Zahara, both front runners in this race. Now, oh, Jesus, there it goes. Swanson right into the gravel, leaving no choice but to use the escape route that he was given. Burt Macklin, is he going to go for the opportunity? No, he is not, but Fast Sam's going on Blunden. Is Fast Sam going to make a move? He's in the slipstream. Is he going to pull out? Yes, he is. Is he going to late break? Nope, he's going to go right back in and not make a move just yet. Bradley Cooper and Don Foss and Grant Zahara are both going to get past Don Fossman here. A little bit of cough from your host there. There's so much action. Cooper has gotten past Don Foss. Oh, Jesus, the slipstream system is working just great. Grant Zahara is going to have to go wheel to wheel with Fossman. That might compromise his teammate. Wheel to wheel as Fossman and Zahara go, leaving almost little to no space at all there. We're going to go into
very clean racing between those two.
We're going to go to TV1 cam here, getting as close to the action as we can get as we go around those turns.
London and Sam fighting it out. Sam getting the overtake out of Lesmo too. Very nice. I know it wasn't shown on stream, but
there's gravel and dust everywhere. Oh, Burt Macklin. Here we go. Burt Macklin makes the overtake on his teammate. Part of me wonders if that's team orders down at Swine Flu Syndicate or if they're really fighting it out. It looks like they're going to be fighting it out as Frank Castle is going to try and go wheel to wheel. As Burt Macklin goes wide, that'll allow Frank Castle to go back into P2. No team orders at Swine Flu Syndicate today, I guess?
No team orders at Swine Flu Syndicate ever, actually.
I find that
I've spoken with both drivers. That team does not have team orders. They race it out.
Oh, I think Dog was asking me about, because I did a little bit of an incident at Bahrain in the F1 East Division race. So I think okay. Now hear me out. In my defense, I was carrying a lot more speed than the other drivers were, and one of the other drivers went into my racing line, so there's not much I can do. As Ronald Swanson is going to go try and get Jimmy Hayes here, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do so. Not at least right now. Bradley Cooper trying to chase his teammate Grant Zahara, and there's your teammate in 13th place.
He's working his way back up.
Very slowly, evidently. All right, we will go for the... we have now only 17 drivers, so I think one of the drivers disconnected.
2. We started with 19.
Yeah, we started with 19. Now we're down to 17. So in the back, we have Luka Modric. Burt Macklin, and into the Ascari chicane. Can they go wheel to wheel? That'll... wait a minute. Are we gonna have it? Are we gonna have a little wheel to wheel, close to close action from the Swine Flu Syndicate team, making it interesting?
What a battle! That is not a place you generally see cars going wheel to wheel.
No, and
that was amazing.
Especially in a top 2 situation. You don't want to
with 30 minutes left in the race and a pit stop.
It's a very risky fight right there. Swanson doing his best as this cam brings you right into the driver's face pretty much. Everyone seems to be okay there. All in the back of the pack, the drivers are starting to catch up to one another. Your host is just doing his best to try and get comfortable in his seat. Ronald Swanson's going to stay right behind Hayes here. Just try and stay in that bump draft as long as he can to try and get a nice slipstream effect and get past him into turn 1. Bradley Cooper is actually going to go for an overtake on his teammate here, or at least he's going to attempt to try. Battles all. That's all right. Battles all over the track here. Oh, Bradley Cooper is going to go.
Oh no!
And that is Ronald Swan. Oh, and he hits it. It just keeps going. Oh, that was unfortunate by Mr. Cooper. He's going to pull. Yep,
that was very unfortunate.
He gave the position back and lost the position for it. That's incredibly unfortunate. There was an attempt for a ballsy overtake there, and just that's what happens when you go so far inside and there's other drivers in front of you. You're bound to collect some trash is the wrong word I'm looking for here.
Yeah. What happened there was he had a shallower line and wasn't quite able to get the car stopped quick enough due to being off of where he would have been ideally. So it was unfortunate for everyone involved. Tried to go for the overtake, but was maybe not in the right position when he started.
All right. So we have Polnick here going on Don Fossman. They're getting ready to go into the Ascari chicane here. Who's gonna come out of this one alive? No, Polnick is behind Fossman here. Honestly, it's all about the exit here. If you can get a better exit than your opponent, then you're looking like you're in a pretty good opportunity here.
Polnick will also have some aero damage, so that will affect him down this straight as well, making it easier for Fossman to defend.
As Polnick goes up the inside, Fossman's going to go wide and allow Polnick to actually get past here. So, oh my goodness, there is contact. My contact chart is full. And when I mean full, I mean full. So, we actually haven't even gotten to pit stops yet, and there's not really a lot of battles. Obviously, we have Fossman and Polnick, and then we have Castle and Macklin, but all the drivers are actually mostly out of the 1 second mark right now. So with that being said, let's go take a look at the replays and see what we can find with the drivers that were Oh, there's your teammate actually having a spin.
Oh no. What has happened? We need to know.
What has happened? We need to know. Let's go look at the replay and find out. Oh, he just lost traction.
I think he hit the curb and it unsettled the rear.
I mean, you have an idea there of what has happened there. But now we're not going to go take a look at the inside. Oh, Frank Castle's actually gone into the box right now. Silver's on his way into the grass. So we actually have Nairati and Sanchez. Nairati has made it past back Sanchez. Luka Modric actually has a drive-through penalty. For what reason, I do not know. Bradley Cooper, as long as he has a strong exit, might be able to get Sanchez into the Parabolica. Grant Sahara is going to be next for Jimmy Hay.
Oh, Grant going a little wide.
Grant going a little wide, almost losing the car. Bradley Cooper is actually going to not fight Sanchez here into the Parabolica. Frank Castle tumbling down the order as he is in the pits. However, Bradley Cooper is going to hopefully make an attempt here as your teammate now Box is getting rid of those tires. I think that was his plan all along. Do you think that was his plan, or do you think that's been forced his hand for a pit stop there?
I think it was the plan. Speaking as chief technical director, we as a team work quite hard to figure out all of our strategies. So we do lots of practice beforehand to figure out roughly where we want to pit and when and how much fuel to put before and after the pit stops. We spend a lot of time getting everything figured out. Dog, I believe you're right. I think it is for speeding in the pit lane. If you speed a little bit, you get a drive-through. If you speed a lot, you get disqualified.
I mean, it's interesting to point out that he also hasn't. I mean, he's serving his pit stop now, but like he had it way before he was in the box. All right. So far right now, what's happened to Bradley Cooper? Ooh, is that at a Lesmo 2? Yup.
Yes, it is.
I will hit the replay button, but I think you and I both know what has happened here. Oh, he
wide Lesmo 1, offline, wide 2.
Oh, that
was a hard hit.
That's a heavy collision for an ACC thing. Ryan Swanson had a yellow flag there for a minute. Let's go see what happened to the. He must have hit the curb and unsettled the car.
I believe so. That can be a quite slippery part of the track. It's all about what line you take.
As you said, as you said before, it would all be down to basically who survives. And so far, Stavko, Macklin, and pretty much as long as you weren't in the traffic, you seem to be fine. Oh, Luca's actually been disqualified.
Oh, what happened there? Also, Dog, you're right. I forgot about stop goes. This game does give those for pit infractions, and still learning what all penalties are given for what. I'm still fairly new to GT racing myself.
I'm trying to figure it out now. The log is just incredible. I'm trying to figure out in the log what has happened to get Luca disqualified. I mean, you know what you did to get disqualified, so he had a drive-through, but then suddenly it was not a drive-through.
He did have a drive-through. This is my first season racing ACC as well, dog. I have in and around about 100 hours of GT racing, but I've been racing for a few years now.
Looks like most of the drivers are in the pits right now.
Yeah, we're just past the halfway point, so a lot of drivers load about half the race worth of fuel and then refuel. So a lot of them will be pitting soon for fuel more so than tires.
Ooh, Grant and Duke Silver here, getting wheel to wheel. It looks like Duke Silver's faster, but like it's all gonna come down into turn one here. TV2 cam is a perfect camera for it. Oh, a little bit of a wide line then for Duke Silver, and that's going to compromise his turn two even more. And that might allow Grant to try and get him into turn four here. Oh, a little bit of, ooh, Silver goes a little bit wide, trying to cut off Grant. Grant then has to swerve on the inside here.
It was a beautiful switchback maneuver. Let's see if he can make that stick.
Let's see, it's going to be close. They're going to go wheel to wheel here. Duke
Very
Silver's
close
going to take
racing.
the inside line. As
Grant backing out to live another day.
Teammates having a cough. Oh, dog is shake and bake is shake and bake Ricky Bobby. Nice to see you, buddy. It's sad you're not racing with us tonight. Oh, Andy's in the F1 West division. So
it's unfortunate not to have you to the race, but I've raced you a few times. You're strong.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting matchup right here, actually. Fast Sam and Slow Sam. That's what the nicknames are in the DRL Discord. As Calvin will go into the box for his pit stop. Both drivers going over the curb. That's still actually within track limits. For everyone confused. In F1, that would be a problem. ACC, not so much.
Well, it's GT racing as a whole. The track limits are different on some curbs.
Ooh, he's got to be careful, make sure not to hit. Oh, that actually, slow Sam going wide. That'll allow Fast Sam to actually get ahead of him. That was
Kevin pitting up in second place.
Burt Macklin getting ready for Don Fossman.
Nighty also pitting in fifth place.
Yeah, everyone's pitting right now. This will allow
Swanson with a drive-through penalty.
Oh, he must have done his pit stop improperly. It's a little bit difficult to try and track the drivers, especially through like the ACC, because in my race control mod it doesn't say who's actually completed a pit stop or not yet. So I just have to go based off of what I have on my ACC screen, which doesn't update nearly as fast as my race control mod does. So I'll find out pretty quickly, but right now all the gaps are pretty much really wide right now. So what we will do, with that being said, is we will go look at the contact that happened at the beginning of the race. So we'll actually go to your teammate's POV for this, as it was just absolute chaos that resulted in 32 and 69 being both caught out here. Oh, apparently that was not good enough. So we will not get to see what happens, I guess. It's only a 10-second replay, so I guess we won't get to see what happened at that time.
Oh, weird.
That's very weird, but we'll go to the next replay and see what we can see from that point of view. Oh, here it is. So what has happened here? Oh, contact there, contact there. And it's just, it all spirals out of control from that point on. You can probably get the gist of what happened there. So far, all the drivers currently right now still separated, so.
I'm also going for mid-pack. My goal each race is just to do the best that I can do, but I end up being about mid-pack, so when I say strong, I mean you race well wheel to wheel. Like it feels comfortable to race beside you. You race hard and you race and that's what I meant by strong.
Let's see, can we get any more information on what happened? So your teammate bumps McGavin, Cooper bumps your teammate, and then it's just an all round crapshoot as time goes on.
And then there were cars going very slowly on the racing line, so everybody behind had to brake very quickly.
And speaking of your teammate, he's actually in P11.
Yeah, he is working his way back up.
Speaking
Speaking of,
what happened there? We turned the corner and Duke Silver is in the grass. Does the 15-second? Oh, he must have touched the grass on the inside, or he had contact with Palnick. We'll actually take a look. So 19 and 51, is that on my contact sheet? Does not look like it, but whatever happened there, that resulted in Silver dropping down to 12th and your teammate now 10th, Hayes 9th. So your teammate actually, that is the battle that's going to happen right now. Your teammate and Hayes. Mitch Nairati, will he go for the overtake into turn 4? Does not look like it. He'll just slot in behind.
That's one thing my teammate is good at doing is when following a car, he's very patient.
Yes, I will say he's preached to me several times, especially in the F1, to preach about patience, and honestly, to be honest, I just don't have it. So right now, as it stands, all the drivers have completed their pit stops. Swanson has a 30-second stop-go penalty. I don't know if he's going to go do it now.
He's serving it now.
So that answers my questions. It's 1 a.m. Eastern, folks. Your host is getting just about ready for bed right about now. So right now in the lead, we'll go through the leaders now that we have time. I'll keep an eye on the delta of on the Rush teammate Mitch Nairati against his battle with Hayes. But Stofko is 23 seconds ahead. Pretty much has a pit stop advantage. I don't know how fast the pit stops are in ACC.
No.
Not even close.
Not even close. GT pit stops are a little bit slower. You're stopped for, like, just to change your tires and your fuel and stuff, you're stopped for 30 seconds.
That is... Oh, Frank Castle. He must have had a moment. What happened here? Oh, and bangs the wall a little bit. Will that produce enough damage?
He should be all right.
Thankfully, he was already P5, so it didn't affect him all that much. So again, we'll go back through the order. Jacob way ahead. Calvin, P2, getting ready to pass the back marker of Fossman. Bart Macklin rounds out the podium positions right now. Fast Sam in P4, trying to desperately catch the Swine Flu Syndicate.
Reminder, he started 19th.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. He's done a very good job. We're actually now down to 16 drivers. Frank Castle, P5. Your host needs a coffee with 14 minutes left. There's still plenty of time to go.
Still lots of racing.
Blunden in P6, Lee Ung in P7, Grant Zahara in P8, Hayes P9. Duke Silver has had another moment out of Lesmo 2. I wonder what happened here. Lesmo 1 looks fine. Lesmo 2. Oh, carried way too much speed, but managed to save it. That's actually more impressive than anything else. Your teammate's actually,
was
at the
a very clean save.
parabolica here. Your
Yeah,
teammate
got
has
that inside line. Very clean.
line, but he's gonna, here comes Hayes though. You know what we're
Mitch
gonna
has
do?
to defend down this straight, and it's a long straight. The slipstream is strong.
Ooh, late braking here. That's gonna, he's gonna have to go wide there. Yep.
Mitch going for the switchback.
Oh, little bit of a bump
Hayes
there.
joining a little early.
A little early, but Nairad's now with that knowledge is just gonna try and get away into the wind. Sanchez, I believe, has had the same moment as Hayes into that into turn one.
Yeah, hit it. The curbs unsettled the car.
So I'm actually going to go look for another contact. Yep, it was this one. So with all the drivers relatively out of the 1 second mark, we're going to go look at this contact. Oh, that's not who I wanted. It was between Swanson and, because here comes Duke Oh. Did I miss something? Oh, he almost did it again! But manages to save it just in time.
Kept the car going in the right direction. In the gravel like that, that's not easy.
No, it definitely is not. I'm trying to find the contact between Silver and was it Blunden or was it Swanson? I cannot remember.
Swanson, I believe.
Was Swanson? Okay, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the replay here. Oh, I don't believe I can. We will see the replay between 51 and 16, though.
Let's see what happened here.
So far at this moment, nothing. So we're just gonna roam through the I swear they made contact at some point. I'm just trying to remember where it was.
Yeah, I thought they did.
Ronald Swanson in the back. I'm pretty sure it was this one. I guess it just won't let me see it. All right, whatever. So, because it was heavy contact too.
Fast Sam is slowly catching Burt Macklin here.
Yeah, he's within 1.7 now. He was like 4 seconds back, but yeah, you're right. He is catching him, and he's catching him at a fast, brisk pace.
He's also the gap to Frank Castle behind has now improved. Improved by a second as well.
Yeah, he's definitely gaining. See if we can find some actual contact here. I guess it doesn't want to show the contact. That's interesting. Normally the replay system's really good at showing the contact. I guess today it just doesn't really want to at this current moment.
Technical error, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, indeed. So we'll stick on to Fast Sam and Burt Macklin. This is actually a fight for a podium position with less than 10 minutes to go in this race.
They're both having really, really good races. Sam in P4 from P19, and Burt Macklin has just had a clean race. He's been consistent. He's kept his nose clean. My teammate having a moment, unfortunately.
Well, we'll take a look at that. I don't think it was very much of a moment because I didn't get a yellow flag notification for it.
It wasn't much, no.
Oh no, he was still on track. He just hit the curb. That's it. Nothing exciting.
No, no.
I want to be able to see the contact. I don't know why it's being all weird.
Jacob's still 23 seconds ahead. He's catching up on some lapped cars now.
As it cuts off right before.
I think we saw what was about to happen there.
It's that situation. Oh, he's in within the 1 second mark now. Sadly, there is no DRS system like there is in F1, so there is no.
It's all down to the drivers.
All down to skilled and slipstream. Yeah, no, I was waiting for the it's the to be continued theme. At that moment. You can just see Bradley Cooper just
Yeah, I could 100% see it.
Actually, funny enough, it's actually Bradley Cooper that's disconnected. I actually don't see him on here. I see one team solo queue. I don't see the other.
That's correct. I don't see him actually. I didn't notice.
Neither did I. I wonder what.
Sam getting nice and close to Macklin coming into turn 1 and 2 here.
I don't know what I'm doing. I gotta stay on that battle because it's with 6 minutes to go. You're
Sam 4/10 behind. And they're coming up on Swanson. So that may bring Sam even closer to Macklin here, depending.
Still at 0.6. He's still got 6 minutes. But so far, honestly, Jacob Stofko at 24.7 seconds ahead probably can pull over, run upstairs to his kettle, make a cup of frickin' tea, and still win this race handily.
Yeah, he's currently 24 seconds ahead of second place.
24.6. It's not even close.
His consistency is unreal.
Oh, a little bit of tire in the gravel from Samuel might not make this overtake possible up the Parabolica. But let's see who, as they go around the Parabolica.
Oh, Sam goes on the inside.
Line. That will allow. They're still wheel to wheel.
Although Burt Macklin may get a little more speed coming out of the corner here.
They're literally wheel to wheel. It's going to all happen down at turn 1. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Who's going to take the inside? So far, Samuel looks like he's going to be on the inside, but it seems that Samuel was able to not brake as early. Last on the brakes was Burt Macklin. They go wheel to wheel throughout that chicane, and again, they just keep going wheel to wheel. Samuel getting as close as he can to the rear wheels of Burt Macklin as Samuel looks like he's made the overtake work, but we all know that turn 4 is upcoming, and it's, again, wheel to wheel. Burt Macklin sticking force, and Burt Macklin takes back the podium position. Samuel's going to have to re-engage.
He's making Sam work for it here.
Yeah, he's not giving up that position. Ooh, Samuel carrying a lot more speed. Is he going to shove it up the inside here? Yes and no. He'll take the more inside line, but will that I think will allow Burt to get away just a little bit quicker here.
Okay, we're coming up to the Ascari chicane. The overtake could be down to whoever does this better, depending.
So here we go. The driver is getting right in your living room window. We'll head on to the passenger view, as this is who he's chasing. As he'll pass as funny enough, he'll pass Swanson here, number 37. Oh, Macklin looking a little bit twitchy there. As here we go, the slipstream, as you said, it's a long straight. The slipstream does have an effect. As they reach an incredible, oh, it's a little bit of a bump draft there.
NASCAR.
And Samuel will back out of it. Little Gear 1 action as we go back to the broadcast. Do you think that was intentional by Samuel not to pass him just yet?
I'm not sure why he didn't go
around
and make a move there.
I think he wanted the inside. I think he wanted Bert to move, and Bert did not.
I think so. Oh, that was...
That's Duke Silver getting out of the way of that.
Yeah. Got a little bumpy over the sausage curb there.
Samuel and Macklin just, again, fighting for the last podium position with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. I do believe they have time for 2 more laps.
I believe so.
Because the fastest lap around here is about a minute 41. They're currently doing about a minute 50. So actually, no, they'll have 1 more lap after this. We have a yellow flag for number 11, Don Fossman. Well, we can guess what happened there. We'll go back to the action. Don't need no introduction. It's Lesmo 2. We already know what happened. It's all gonna be about, oh, he's gotta be careful not to run in the back of him. Oh, he's
Sam a little later on the brakes, going a little squirrely.
And that's gonna allow Bert to get away. 0.4. I don't think that's gonna be enough, even if he had a boost system. I don't think that's gonna be far enough for Samuel. That would be an incredible lunge, as this will be the final lap of this race. So if Samuel has any tricks up his sleeve, he's gonna have to do it now. Oh, he might get a much better line than Macklin, but no, Macklin's gonna get away.
Macklin with the better exit speed.
Stavko just now approaching the Ascari chicane, as these drivers will approach the first chicane. I haven't heard the leaders on the final lap yet, so these drivers might just indeed get 1 more lap to fight it out past this one.
It depends on if Jacob crosses the line before time runs out.
Oh, Samuel.
Oh, Sam going in the gravel.
And that's going to put him out of the 1 second gap, and most likely that is it for him. Let's see what happened. What caused him to go so wide? Oh, he touched the inside grass.
Inside grass and in the dirty air, which does make it a little bit harder to make a corner because you lose your downforce.
All right, and that's it. The leader is on the final lap. So this is it, folks. Samuel has to gain 1.3 seconds. And I do believe that was it. That was his podium opportunity, and I do believe that'll be it for him. Barring Burt Macklin suddenly making it interesting, that's sadly going to be it. The podium position was there. It was possible. But sadly, I think that's going to be it. Ooh, Kevin. Oh, Calvin thought it was it. He thought that was the race. He stopped. He's lost P2.
Oh, no.
He thought that was the race.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Down. Sean Ches in the gravel after the first chicane. We probably know why. The battle now is with Calvin and Samuel. These guys have been fighting all race. That's incredibly unfortunate for him, as Calvin goes a little deep into the first part of the chicane and loses an incredible amount of time. He's now actually out of the 1 second mark. Just a mental. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
He probably heard his engineer say,
oh, he almost loses it, but manages to keep it steady.
The leader's on the last lap and thought this was the last lap.
He probably crossed the line thinking that was it. And Jacob Stavko wins at Monza. an absolute domination. Max Verstappen, like again, Grant Sahara crosses the line, followed by Nairaj, your teammate, finishing 9th.
Congratulations,
Oh no,
Jacob.
Kelvin might make it worse.
Oh, that was a very nice recovery, though.
Palnick finishes the race. Number 21, Jimmy Hayes in 10th will finish the race next. Number 16, Sean Ches will be next to finish after that. Burt Macklin, after Calvin just a mistake, finishes P2. Sam gets his podium after all in P3. Calvin, P4. Not going to be very happy about that. Duke Silver in 12th. Ryan Swanson finishes 5, 7, and 11. Still have yet to finish. Same with 668. He managed to cross the line before the leader, barely. So Frank Castle for the Swine Flu Syndicate rounds out P5. Good showing for them. Blunden, after disappearing at some point, manages to go P6, pulls off on the side of the road there. Lee Ung is the final driver to cross the line. It has been an honor commentating this race for you guys. Thanks again to my host for joining us this evening. It was a pleasure having you, Rocker, having you on board for this race.
Thank you very much for having me. I had a lot of fun.
And with that, folks, the Monza race has come to an end. Stofko, Macklin, and Fast Sam round out your drivers. Calvin P4, Castle 5, Blunden 6, Leung 7, Zahara 8, Narati 9, Hayes 10th, Ches 11th, Silver 12th, Fossman 13th, Palnick 14th, Swanson 15th, Cooper 16th, Lord 17th, McGavin 18th, and Luka Modric in 19th. Thank you so much for watching DRL ACC. We will see you next week.